Welcome everyone. Today we're actually going to be covering some of the new creative devices added in this new 11.30 update. We got a lot of new cosmetic items and things in this update. Fortnite came back to save the world. Dungeons thankfully stayed and saved the world. And Creative got some new devices, as well as the Slurpy Swamp prefabs. So, I thought, using these new devices, why don't I make a death run style thing, just to kind of showcase what you can do with these. So the new devices. We got the tracker device, which I'm not covering in this video. If you guys want me to do a video on the tracker device, then let me know. But we got the tracker device, which looks like this. And it can basically track your eliminations, your how many times you've been killed, or just eliminated yourself, and a specific channel as well. And you can have a target value. So this is for use with any players in the game. So for example, say you're doing gun game, I guess, or just, I guess Mansion of Power and stuff like that, if you remember that from Fortnite Mez. This can make that so much easier. And the device we're actually covering in this video is the trick tile. So what is the trick tile? Well, let's just show you. Well, yeah, welcome to my little terrible death run, because I don't make these things and I don't know how they work. So welcome to Tax Trick Tile Death Run. It's pretty bad. So I've got a few other devices to get me some bonus impulse grenades and stuff. So how does this work and where do I go? Well, we gotta find the trick tile. And the trick tile is at the very end of the hall. So if we throw an impulse and impulse ourselves into the wall, jump, jump. Oh. Yeah, I'm really bad at death runs. But you can see I've busted through the wall because of trick tiles. And you can also use these things to make Labyrinth style modes. So as you can see, it's pretty obvious there's a invisible wall here that I can break. But it's going to break itself anyway when I run to the end of this thing, because I've got a trigger set up that will explode the wall for me. And on the other side of this is, of course, it's an objective thing. So we're going to go through this again, in case you didn't see what happened. I just don't know how to make death runs, so ignore my horrible little thing I just created. But yeah. So, of course I have a item granter set up here to grant me the impulse grenades. Oh, crap. Oops. Impulse. Damn. Yeah, I haven't really set this up to work like a death run. I just did this as an example, I swear. This is an example, everybody. Jump. Perfection. Also, I can just jump up here. I guess contact with the wall would break the wall. And again, I have to run to the end of the hallway because I've got a trigger set up that when I overlap it, it'll open up the doorway. Run through the trigger. Die. There you go, wall gone. And of course, then there's the objective device, which I can break to end the game. So, how do I set this up? I guess I'll show you how I set this thing up. Just kind of show you how to use these things and how they can work with death run style games. So of course I got a trigger here and a checkpoint. This isn't, and of course the item granter is just down there. But of course what I did, so trick tiles. What I did here is activation delay I set to none, and trigger on player contact was set to yes. And I don't really know what the trigger feedback thing is. I think it's like, I think bounce means shake the wall, and the color means the trick tile's gonna glow. And none will just explode the wall. So yeah, these things are interesting. They have a few interesting visual effects. But of course you can trigger when you're receiving from something, so that's what I did with the Labyrinth one. I set it so it triggers from channel 2, which happens when I go through this trigger right here. Back to the impulse room. And yeah, I literally don't have any channel set up for this one. It's just activation delay set to none and trigger on player contact. So I just have to like bust through the wall with an impulse. Whereas with the other one, of course, you have to have a channel to set it up. But yeah, so this is going to be great for creating Labyrinth style modes, and horror and adventure maps. This will be amazing for those things. You can use it with death runs if you're pretty clever and know how to make some interesting puzzles or levels with them. And that is exactly what I did here with, of course, this death run that I made, just real quick. This thing, of course, got bust through the wall. So yeah, those are the 2 new creative devices, and I hope you have fun using them to create your maps, games, projects, whatever you want to call them. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to support me, by the way, make sure you use my creator code in the item shop. It's up to you, honestly. You could also use code INSPIRE, which supports everyone in Team Inspire, not just myself. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.